reach advantage slight for Amanda Nunes. All right, now for the official introductions for the main event. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the Edmonton Combative Sports Commission. Director Pat Reed, Manager in Charge David Aiken. Our three judges scoring this contest are Sally Amato, Tony Weeks, and Dave Zarian. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon is John McCarthy. This bout is sponsored by Budweiser Living and Kingsmen, the Golden Circle. On September 22nd, the Kingsmen are back, and it's time to save the world in Kingsmen, the Golden Circle, only in theaters and IMAX. And now, this is the moment UFC fans watching around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a Muay Thai kickboxer holding a professional record, 14 wins, 2 losses. She stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 133.5 pounds. Fighting out of Lima, Peru, by way of Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, presenting the #1 ranked bantamweight contender in the world, the challenger, Valentina Shevchenko! And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, a striker holding a professional record, 14 wins, 4 losses. She stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, USA, by way of Bahia, Brazil, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Bantamweight Champion of the world, Amanda the Lioness Nunes.
Ladies and gentlemen, over the back, I want you to protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. When I tell you to stop, I want to stop all offensive actions. I want you to fight hard, but fight clean. If you want to touch gloves, touch them down. Good luck to both of you.
It is certainly one of the most anticipated championship fights of 2017, and it is upon us. Valentina Shevchenko trying to become the first Kyrgyzstan-born fighter to realize a UFC title and take the belt away from the incumbent, Amanda the Lioness Nunes.
All right, here we go. You ready? You ready? Let's get on!
And with that touch of gloves, we are underway. Tonight's fight clock is brought to you by Bud Light Living. Shevchenko coming out southpaw in red. Amanda Nunes out of the orthodox stances in black.
How does Amanda approach the beginning of this fight, knowing that Shevchenko's tough, and Shevchenko's going to try to stay within the fight and withstand that initial storm? It looks like she's going to take a little bit slower approach than she did even in the, in the Ronda and the Tate fight.
I think that's a good move, first of all, because Shevchenko's far more technical as a striker, and she's very difficult to hit clean. You can't just uncork on her. You can't just unload bomb after bomb. She's not going to be there for that. She's going to make adjustments. She's also a very good counter striker. We really saw that in the Holly Holm fight. Excellent control of distance, and she's fantastic from that southpaw position of utilizing that check right hook and that switch kick off the right leg. You see that? She'll slide back and pop that short little right hook in there.
What makes Amanda special is that ability to overwhelm people, though. She doesn't want to play the tit-for-tat game because that's what Shevchenko's good at.
That's a very good point. And then trying to conserve herself, she might take away her biggest weapon, which is explosion. No one hits harder in this division than her.
No.
Nobody ever.
Well, Shevchenko handled Nunes' withdrawal at UFC 213 about as well as she could. She said she took a week off and got right back to it. Feels like she's even more prepared coming in here tonight.
Yeah, her Instagram page is all just guns. Just bullets and explosions and her punching things. She's a scary woman. Look at the build on Amanda. She's so wide and long. And that's one of the more unusual things about, like the way she can attack from so far out with punches.
People always talk about Amanda's power, but Amanda is very, very fast.
Yes.
And big for this weight class.
Big for the weight class, fast, and the length of the way she throws those punches, she catches you on the snap, like right at the very end of it.
You are eating 100% of her power when she lands big shots.
And a lot of people see Shevchenko as a potential flyweight going down moving forward. Nunes has talked a lot about going up to 45. So
Shevchenko, it does have a smaller frame than Amanda Nunes.
Well, as you said, she fought Joanna Jędrzejczyk, the strawweight champion, in Muay Thai fights.
Right. That's a girl.
Amanda's doing a much better job of trying to conserve energy while still scoring points. Shevchenko still seems to be dealing with a little bit of the nerves as Amanda's kind of comfortable in this situation.
Shevchenko, a counter striker last July, went the full 25 minutes in a win over Holly Holm. As DC mentioned, 3 straight main events for Bullet Shevchenko.
Amanda's doing a great job with distance. And she's landed some good leg kicks, particularly a nice inside low kick. And there's another outside one there. And staying on the outside and not allowing Valentina to close the distance.
Well, immediately following the main event, we've got a recap of all of tonight's action on the FS1 UFC 215 post-fight show. You can see it on FS2. It also streams live on Fox Sports Go.
There it is again. That inside leg kick is finding a home for Amanda Nunes.
Yep. And where she struggled last time was in the 3rd round. Shevchenko was able to take her down. And that is where she really struggled. But on the feet, she did a good job. And right now, she is doing a very good job of fighting at her range and really keeping Shevchenko guessing. Shevchenko hasn't figured it out yet, so she hasn't been able to get her offense going as you would usually see her doing at the beginning of her other fights.
And that was a good kick to the body that landed clean for Amanda. Valentina likes to get her head off the center line, through that high kick, and throw that check right hook.
She's waiting to counter. You can see it.
Yeah.
Every time Amanda starts to come forward,
Right
look
there.
at that.
There it is.
You see her waiting to counter.
Ooh, kick to the body. She catches it and she eats a shot. She ate a hard shot while she was holding onto that leg. And remember, Amanda's shots, they're not like anybody else's in this division.
The guys in the gym say Amanda spars with them, and they don't hold back. They're going hard with Amanda Nunes, and she's holding her own, if not beating a lot of the guys. And guys that fight in the UFC.
Final seconds here of this first round. Shevchenko doubling up on the jab to no avail. Nice body.
Oh, very nice. Oh, and she tagged her. Very nice opening round for the champion.
Yes.
Надо ставить на место его.
Какой? Есть?
Ready?
Капа. Алло, аккуратно, аккуратно, аккуратно. Поняла, да?
Careful, careful, careful.
Смотри, в какой момент что делать. Ясно, да?
In this moment,
Внимательно
you
это
know what to
смотри.
do.
За правой рукой ее смотри. Апперкоты опасайся. Понятно,
Yes.
да?
Watch the right hand.
Утомляй, но работай. Работай, надо
throw it
выигрывать.
slowly.
Понятно,
You have
да?
to keep working
Переигрывать,
hard.
переигрывать. Это очень важно.
It's very important.
Looked like Valentina Shevchenko and her coaches were looking at that left hand, not like a finger injury is going to hold Bullet Shevchenko back, but potentially something the Bears watching here moving forward.
Yeah, it was hard to tell if it was an adjustment of the glove or an actual injury of the hand. And I was hoping that the translators could shed some light on that.
But after the first round, if you're Team Shevchenko, and your hope is that she will tire Amanda, meaning later in the fight, that is not the pace that is going to make her exhaust herself.
That's what I want.
Amanda's comfortable there. She can do that all day. Valentina will need to pick up the output if she's planning on Amanda tiring as this fight goes on.
Yeah, it's a very important point. She's done a much better job of pacing herself. And again, I think a lot of that's got to go to credit to American Top Team, the coaches that she's been working with, and her conditioning program, and just understanding the shortcomings of her, some of the past performances and where she went wrong.
And of course, this fight's scheduled for 25 minutes, so it's a different pacing exercise than that 15-minute fight back in March of 2016. 1 minute gone by here in round 2 of a possible 5.
Amanda is just constantly touching her, kicking her legs, touching, pardon the jab, even though she's not landing it, she's just keeping something constantly in Valentina's face.
Watch your fingers.
Nice Superman punch by Valentina. Superwoman punch.
There you go. Amanda Nunes has already been warned once by Big John McCarthy to not put that hand forward with fingers extended. That is a violation under the new unified rules. No love lost between these two women, but a lot of mutual respect.
Nice combination by Shevchenko.
Yeah, again, that Superwoman punch and the right hook behind it. I don't think I'm going to say that anymore. Doesn't sound right.
It doesn't. It's hard. Not easy to say.
She caught her with the right hand again on the break. Valentina landing
much better this time.
Much better, yeah.
Amanda has to get back to the output. Just a constant movement, constant punches, constant kicks. Right now she's feinting and posturing more than she's actually throwing. It's like the roles have been reversed this round.
Yeah.
Shevchenko attempted just one takedown in the first fight when Nunes landed it. She has yet to attempt one, at least officially tonight. Total strikes pretty even thus far.
Another thing could be that Valentina knew that Amanda was going to come out strong, and so she decided to have a very limited output in the first round. And let's see if she picks up the pace headed into the second and third now. She's obviously doing better now than the first round, but will she accelerate?
This is where Amanda needs to let her hands go. When she gets her with her back against the side of the octagon, where she can close the distance, because Valentina is very slippery. She's very elusive. So it's hard to get damage on her, like you said at the beginning of the fight, Joe. You're not going to hit her clean. So when you get her against the side of the octagon, you got to really let your stuff go.
Nunes doing a nice job defensively, maintaining her distance.
But again, this round she has not thrown many strikes at all.
Well, Valentina's definitely got her thinking.
One minute now to go in this second round. Shevchenko just out of range with that counter left hand. Stiff jab is good for Nunes.
Amanda's hesitating much more. And the only thing that makes sense to me is that she got stung.
Yeah. Valentina must have gained some respect in there somewhere. Amanda has to allow her hands to go more kicks, more activity.
Close the hand.
Second warning from John McCarthy for Amanda Nunes to close that lead hand.
And Valentina's starting to get more loose. Look at that. She's getting more loose as Amanda's starting to be a little more tight in there in terms of her striking skill.
Wow.
Look at that.
Nice. Excellent combination. And Amanda with a kick to the body.
Nice body kick, yeah.
Now we're getting going. 10 minutes in the books.
Okay, need to close. Keep on reaching more and more with them straight out, okay? Respirando, respirando.
Breathe.
You're doing great. Listen up, she's watching. She's watching your movement. You're quicker if you move your feet faster. Don't stand in front of her. Move forward and backwards, Amanda. Don't move only forward. Move backwards and forward so you can feint.
Больше четко попадай. Неважно, на прыжки, бэкфист, все что угодно. Следи за правой рукой, понятно? Держи дистанцию и переигрывай. И будь внимательна, что в какой-то момент она может пойти. В какой-то момент она может просто на тебя побежать, понятно, да?
Aggressively against you, so just be careful.
Следи, чтобы в ноги не пошла.
Be very careful so she doesn't grab your legs.
Saturday, October 7th, the Octagon returns to Vegas. In the main event, El Cucuy, Tony Ferguson finally getting a shot at UFC gold as he faces the also dangerous Motown phenom Kevin Lee for the UFC interim lightweight title. UFC 216, October 7th, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. It is only on pay-per-view. DC, you heard the corners. Any major takeaway on either side? Nunes corner calling for her to back up in addition to moving forward with her strikes.
Yeah, they're telling her that the pressure can't just be forward. She needs to mix it up. She needs to make Shevchenko chase her a little bit. She doesn't always have to be the predator. She has to set her own traps. It's very difficult to attack Shevchenko because she's such a good counter striker, and she can do so many different things. She can counter with kicks and punches.
Yeah, and she's so good with that right check hook. I mean, when you're in those exchanges and there's any momentary lapse of movement or anything, she just uncorks that shot. And then she'll end up.
These are the punches that Amanda would land against Miesha Tate and Ronda Rousey, where she lunges in, and Shevchenko's dipping out of the way, drawing her into a clinch and trying to punch on the exit. So it's hard for Amanda to really find her distance for her power shots. She's landing some kicks and some jabs, but it's very difficult for her to find her right hand right now.
She's done some very good work with that push kick to the midsection of Shevchenko, who punctuates that combination with a low kick nicely.
Well, you see her belly getting red. Shevchenko's belly's red from those nice push kicks that Nunes is doing. And her leg's bleeding. Because from one of the kicks, Shevchenko's leg is actually bleeding on the front.
Shevchenko is having some real good success with that right low kick, that switch kick off the lead leg. She's landed it a couple of times hard on Nunes' left thigh.
Nice jab by Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, she really's got a lot of extension on her jabs. See how she gets her head out of the way and counters with that left over the top? Beautiful. That's the striking pedigree.
That right hand that Nunes just threw is a lot closer than the other ones, though.
Well, when Shevchenko tries to clinch, Nunes having none of it. Midpoint of round 3.
Oh, she landed that one.
Yes, she's getting closer.
Leg kicks landed, slight advantage to the champion Amanda Nunes.
And she's not fading.
Her cardio is holding up very well right now. But again, she's done no grappling. She's had to do no grappling, no clinching. So it's been a straight kickboxing fight.
Yeah, and this is much more tactical and technical than it is a ferocious, crazy barn burner.
Well, she wanted to prove a point when it comes to her stamina tonight, too.
Oh, big telegraph there.
You would think, though, if you're training Shevchenko, you got to go into the fire to try to wear on that gas tank. You got to try to empty it, because if not, Amanda Nunes is as good a technical striker as anyone.
The problem is when you go into the fire, you could wake up with a flashlight in your face.
Yeah, you can. You can, but the fight's still very competitive. You know, we don't know how these judges are scoring these rounds.
Very good point. I mean, you got to think that Amanda Nunes is pressuring the action. There's a nice high kick. And I like how she faked low first. Almost a little stutter there. Landed that shot and slid away from the counter. That's a big factor, is her use of distance and those crazy long arms and wide shoulders of hers. Good head movement there.
Yep.
Shevchenko telegraphed that left hand. She doesn't generally do that. Everything usually flows really well. That time she telegraphed it a little bit.
Well, Shevchenko grabbed her fingers when she went back to the corner, and the truck is isolated what happened to her hand. She got punched on the tip of the finger, and her finger bent back, and she immediately grabbed it 53 seconds into the round. Oh, it's going to take a point away from her.
Close it.
Okay, another warning.
Well, and one more warning, and Big John could very well take a point away from her from this.
He told her as the round was going on, she started to do it more and more.
Yeah, he's told her every round. Wow, that's a nice inside leg kick.
Nice counter left hand.
Nice counter left hand. And Amanda shook her head for the first time like, you didn't get me, which means...
You probably got it.
Yeah, exactly. Why? Why do people do that when it's like the oldest tale in the book? Yeah. It's like playing poker going, I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing, Joe.
So Amanda Nunes will hit a fourth round for the first time in her UFC career.
Валь, нормально, но надо еще больше,
Everything's good, but you have to throw more. Even more movement.
Поняла меня, да?
You understand
Еще
me?
больше нужно.
Even more.
То есть не давай ей выиграть.
Don't let her win.
Ты должна переигрывать, ты должна
You have
показывать,
to
что
win. You have
ты
to be on
выигрываешь.
top.
Поняла
You
меня?
have
Да,
to
эти
show
два
that
раунда
you're on
нужно
top.
забрать
You
во
have to
что
show
бы то
that
ни
you win.
стало. Понятно, да?
You understand?
Поняла меня, да? Смотри.
Okay, watch it.
You're doing great. Not much better now. Moving back and forward. Don't bite into her traps. Don't bite into her trap. There you go. Move back and forward. Sense her traps. Don't start. You don't have to stalk her all the time, Amanda. Fight intelligently. Fight intelligently. Be intelligent.
So Amanda Nunes pretty excited. She feels this good, I guess, hitting the championship rounds.
Yeah, and she should. I mean, her cardio looks phenomenal. You know, after that third round, another close competitive round, that may be the first time she's won a third round in her entire career. So
Come on.
she feels like she's built it.
Fourth round of a possible five. Amanda Nunes, the champion in the black with gold. Valentina Shevchenko, the #1 contender in red.
Both corners seem pretty happy with what they're seeing. Valentina's corner just said, we need you to do more. More activity.
Amanda looks very angry coming in here. She looks way more aggressive.
She's in range. Somebody's got to let their hands go here.
Nice kick.
Those kicks, those front kicks are really working.
Beautiful counter right.
Yeah,
that counter's got some pop to it.
She's carrying that power real late into the fight.
And she looks real confident here, the way she's smiling. But see that little hesitation there? Valentina capitalizes on it.
Nunes has done a pretty decent job beating up that lead leg of Shevchenko.
Oh! Shevchenko cracked her.
Nunes continues to be in perpetual forward motion. Amazing how similar the numbers are to this point of the fight. Slight edge in terms of lands for Amanda Nunes, 60-51.
Well, the edge is in the power. That's something that, you can't obviously measure. Oh, beautiful leg kick by Valentina.
She does a really good job of throwing something with her left and then throwing that right kick behind it. I'm very impressed with Amanda Nunes and her cardio tonight. There were times where she would get to the third round and it looked like they were going to have to carry her out of there. Tonight, she seems to be carrying her pace late to the fight with no problem. Good counter by Shevchenko.
Very good counter. And there's that front kick to the body again.
Well, so much has been made of that third round in this previous meeting. Maybe too much made of it, right? I mean, Nunes fought Rousey and Tate in the two fights thereafter. Got them both out of there in the first round. Didn't have a chance to prove that she had shored that up.
Well, she got tagged again.
Yes,
a nice knee to the body. And now she's coming back. Let's see if she runs into a trap, though. She gets emotional when she gets hit, and she looks to get it back.
There's a difference in this fight and the first one, though. In the first one, Amanda went and took Valentina down in the second round, and in the third round, Valentina took her down. So they did a lot more grappling.
Well, that could be a big factor in the cardio as well, right?
Yeah.
There's no grappling going on here.
No grappling. Shevchenko's having a good round again.
Under 2 minutes here in this fourth round of this UFC Women's Bantamweight Championship fight. You see some of the damage on that lead leg of Amanda Nunes as well, inside and out.
Amanda's starting to load up now, and she's looking a little bit frustrated by the counter shots. She's having good success, though, with that front leg side kick to the thigh.
Yep, and the push kick to the body. That up kick almost. Those have been her two best weapons this entire fight. That front kick to the thigh, and then the body kick that she's doing. Everything else has seemed to fall a little bit short. She did it again with the hands.
Yeah, it's just so instinctive.
Ooh.
And Valentina's aiming for the center of her chest. Amanda's sliding her head back, and instead Valentina just going to the body.
Under a minute now to go in this fourth round.
The real problem is no one is decisively winning these rounds.
Any round. It's like the Durandamy home fight where we were sitting there watching going, I don't know which round goes to which person.
Yeah.
They're all just so close.
Without the cheap shots.
Without the punches after the whistle.
And with a little more action, I would say, as well. 30 seconds now to go in the round.
Well, you got to remember that Holly Holmes, she blasted Jermaine with a high kick. She hit her with that question mark kick and dropped her, and also dropped her with a straight left hand. So no one's been dropped in this fight. No one's been really cracked and stunned. But they've landed good, significant shots.
Yeah.
But Valentina's swinging for the fences right here.
She's having a good round. Valentina's having a really good fourth round.
Yeah,
man, she does a phenomenal job of countering.
Amanda's loading up a little bit. You saw it with that right hand.
And Valentina just dipped under it through the counter.
Yeah, I think that was Valentina's round.
You see Amanda miss that. Yes.
Boom, look at that. Catches it with that left and then a right. And then that kick at the end of it and then slides away from the counter. And here's a nice knee to the body. Well, sort of the body. It's a part of the body.
I want you to think about it. I want you to act on it and do it. Don't just listen to me. Do it, act on it. Move backwards and forward, set your traps. Don't only move forward. She's sucking you in. This is your fight to win, Amanda. You're a champion.
Смотри. За рукой, за задней смотри.
Watch with the right hand. You understand?
Не отдай ноги, не отдай, чтобы она
Don't give her the
зашла
legs.
Понятно, да?
Don't tell.
So
Don't let her
DC,
throw
UFC
it.
192, you're sitting on the stool after 4 rounds with Alexander Gustafsson. You think you have the lead, but you're not sure.
Fifth and final
how
round,
these
go
women
after it, all
approach
right?
this.
Fifth and final round.
John McCarthy telling them to get after it. I mean, how do you approach this final fight?
You got to just go. You have to just let it all hang out.
Amanda Nunes just said something to Valentina when Big John brought them together. She pointed to her and said something, and I wish I could have heard it. But Big John was saying, 5th round, go after it. And Amanda said something to Valentina. I think she said she was going to try to do that. Oh, here we go.
Now we're going.
This is angry Amanda.
Yes, and now for a conditioned Amanda Nunes, she can really start to let it go. This is the final frame.
Yeah, she can really let everything go now. She can fight with all the power and aggressiveness that she carries.
I'd like her to throw more of those right kicks to the body, though.
Or maybe take one around. You know, all these kicks have been right up the middle. Maybe blast one.
Right.
A roundhouse body kick. Change it up a little bit on Valentina. She's too good a striker to throw the same exact strike at her over and over again. Both of them are. I mean, this is the highest level of mixed martial arts, and that's why the fight It's competitive. It sometimes looks like this because you are watching a very high level of fighting.
Yeah, you're watching two of the very best women in the world cancel each other out in some way.
But this is the type of fight that we appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
The fights that you watch and you see the technical prowess of both of these women.
Well, especially someone like you who knows what's happening here.
You see the traps getting set by Valentina. You see Amanda trying to figure out the puzzle. You know, you're getting some moves, and I think that comes from people not truly understanding what they are watching.
Plus, they're drunk.
Yeah.
They just want to see chaos. And right now what we're seeing is a technical chess match between two of the very best in the world.
Shot from Nunes.
First takedown attempt in the 5th round by Amanda Nunes.
And she shot 6 times in the first meeting against just 1 for Shevchenko.
Are they chanting "Let's go Oilers"?
I think so. I think they may be chanting "Let's go Oilers."
These crazy Canadians.
Underhook here for Amanda Nunes in the clinch.
Very smart by Amanda to change something. Change down for the double. She did really well in the grappling last time against Shevchenko.
How strong she is.
She had her hands locked there, weren't exactly sure what to do, and now she's exerting a lot of energy. Shevchenko needs to dig an underhook with her left arm to try to change his position, and Amanda gave it up.
So we get some separation once again. Just over 2 minutes to go in this 5th and final round.
Good inside kick there by Valentina. I would not want to be a judge.
No.
For this fight in particular, this is a hard fight to score.
Somebody's going to be very upset.
Nice knee to the body by Valentina.
Because both teams can feel like they've done enough to win this fight.
Right.
And those are the ones where you don't envy the judges with their great seats. Big mistake by Shevchenko. She should not have tried that headlock. You don't need that. You don't need that at that time. Big mistake by Valentina Shevchenko.
And now she's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt on her back.
Nunes looking to Conan Silveira in her corner for direction.
She can't just sit here.
Taking her time.
She cannot just sit here.
She's got to pull her. She's got to pull her. She's, you know what's going on here? She's kind of trapped, but she doesn't want to give up that left hook. But Valentina's doing a good job of blocking that left hook with her left elbow. Amanda's got to, she's got to take some chances here, but she doesn't want to lose a position, and she did lose it.
She lost it anyway.
But she's going for the takedown now.
Got her hands locked.
Valentina's outstanding with this takedown defense.
I mean, imagine her at 125 pounds.
Oh, she's a beast here, yeah. Look at that.
Great takedown defense by Valentina Shevchenko.
And Amanda's still going for it.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at Amanda
She gets it.
trying to put an exclamation point on this fight.
And that might do it if she can get off some ground and pound here and do something with this position.
Yeah.
But she's got to advance. She's got to push her down more. But Valentina's got her shoulder and her back right up to the cage now.
She's got to use the fence to get up. Great job by Nunes.
Nice.
Putting herself between the cage and her opponent.
Nice straight right hands there off of her back by Shevchenko. But Nunes' decision to wrestle and go for takedowns here in the 5th could be absolutely enormous.
She's covering her mouth. I would like to see her try to advance position, though.
Yeah.
If she's stuck here in the guard, Big John could easily stand. Well, there's only 10 seconds to go.
10 seconds left in the fight. That was a big statement by Amanda Nunes. Going and securing that takedown to finish the fight on top.
And it's interesting because before that, Valentina was landing more shots. Oh, wow, they're still angry at each other.
They had 25 minutes to fight. They had 25 minutes to fight. You want to fight once the bell's over?
She kicked her off her.
Still some bad blood. Amanda Nunes not happy.
They need 10 rounds.
A lot, well, they fought 8 so far. See Amanda Nunes coming over to the broadcast table saying, what are they going to say right now? I just went 5 hard rounds. She had a point to prove, Joe, when it comes
she really
to the
did,
division.
and she worked hard on that cardio. We talked about that. Her time at American Top Team, they really kind of re-engineered her as a fighter. She did go 5 hard rounds. Here's the question, though. Was question, though. Was that 5 hard rounds and the takedown the 5th, is that enough?
I mean, it's just those middle rounds.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable saying she won 5 and Valentina won 4. But, I mean, those first 3 were very competitive.
Yeah.
All right, a quick look back. This fight replay is brought to you by Bud Light Living.
Now, this is the finger injury. Keep an eye on there. See it right there? Valentina immediately grabs her finger. And she tries to adjust it like it was dislocated. And then you see her back in the corner. And they're touching it and they pull it. So it was probably just dislocated. And then you see that beautiful counter right hook. And here, moving her head off the center line. Boom! Left hand. Right hand behind it.
You saw it a lot. Shevchenko just barely moving out of the way of a lot of Amanda's strikes.
And there's a nice knee to the body part. And then the left hand here.
It was just Shevchenko
totally
throwing
clean.
more.
Yes.
She just was a little more active in the exchanges.
And there was a big mistake.
Big mistake trying this headlock. Because when you try headlocks, you give up your back.
Yeah.
And then Amanda working very hard to finish the fight on top.
And here's the fight over. And she's yelling at her. And Valentina's kicking her off. Angry women.
It's a great rivalry. This
Amanda goes, stop! Afterwards, she gets up and says, well, get up. Let's go some more.
a nice display of sportswomanship, if we're going superwoman punch, right? Between Amanda Nunes and Valentina Shevchenko. At least in terms of the numbers, if you're a stats person, Shevchenko did outland Nunes in terms of the total strikes, 104 to 85. Significant strikes, 83-76 for Shevchenko. All of those numbers unofficial. The official decision brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. One final time tonight, we turn it over to the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer, who is awaiting the decision. It looks as though Buffer came into the Octagon and then left. So they are double checking the scorecards here as we await the decision. Valentina Shevchenko trying to become a first-time UFC champion. Amanda Nunes hoping to successfully defend the belt for a second time. Looks like the Buff has the requisite paperwork. He wanted to recheck the calculation. Now we turn it over to Bruce Buffer with that official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Tony Weeks scores the contest 48-47, Shevchenko. Sal Diamano scores the contest 48-47, Nunes. And David Therrien scores the contest 48-47 for the winner by split decision and still